after 50 years, there is tendency to develop hypermetropia again due to probably due to two factors associated with the lens. First, that is the change in the curvature of cortical lens fiber, and second, increase in the refractive index of the cortex. So the lens become homogeneous and thus decreases the uh, conversion power. Then after 65 years, all the hypermetropia becomes absolute due to loss of accommodation. Then ametropia, it is a state of refraction where parallel rays of light coming from infinity are focused either in the front or behind sensitive layer of retina in one or both meridian. Then components of ametropia, hypermetropia being the most common, then myopia, and then the astigmatism. Then this is the prevalence of ametropia. The low myopia up to 2 diopter is 29%. Then moderate myopia 2 to 6 diopter is 7%. High myopia more than 6 diopter it is 2.5%. And emetropia and hypermetropia up to 2 diopter is 61%. And high hypermetropia it is 0.5%. Then first, hypermetropia, it is a state of eye where parallel rays of light coming from infinity are focused behind the retina with accommodation being at rest. There are some etiology. First is axial hypermetropia, that is decrease in AP length. With every 1 mm decrease, there is 3 diopter of hypermetropia. Then curvature hypermetropia, decrease in curvature of cornea, lens, or both. And here, decrease in 1 mm of radius results into the 6 diopter of hypermetropia. Then positional hypermetropia, when lens is positioned behind, and then index hypermetropia, decrease in refractive index of lens, aphakic hypermetropia, and then consecutive hypermetropia, which results due to either overcorrected myopia after refractive surgery or underpowered IOL in cataract surgery.
So go back, tell me, suppose the patient is has +6 diopter of hypermetropia at present, okay? And now his axial length increases from 21 millimeter, which was earlier, okay, to 21.5. Okay. So how much is hypermetropia will be?
0.5. So 1.5 diopter.
So it was +6 to begin with. 1.5. Okay.
Okay.
Now what I said, 20 from 21 axial length increased to 21.5. What will be the hypermetropia?
4.5.
And what is this radius of curvature?
सर with outer lens fiber, outer जो उसका curvature है और जो center है, that is the radius. अगर radius 1 mm difference आता है तो फिर 6 diopter का difference आता है.
Any example? Curvatural hypermetropia will be myopia. Cornea plane. So regarding cornea plana, it means flatter cornea and cause curvatural hypermetropia. And what about lens? And posterior. That is positional hypermetropia. Okay.
Any corneal surgery, not corneal surgery, even after scarring of the cornea will lead to the
That is corneal. And what about lenticular?
lenticular.
Anything that causes flattening of the lens? What does usually accommodation do?
And when the ciliary muscle is going to get contract, it will lead to the anteroposterior increase in the diameter
And curvature?
radius of curvature decreases.
What is opposite to that?
In case of the relaxed accommodation, it will increase
So when does accommodation relax?
and the
Cycloplegic more commonly with age.
Presbyopia.
Presbyopia sets in. The lenticular curvature also starts to change. That's why we find that above 40 some patients start becoming hyperopic. It can be because of loss of ciliary tone or because of curvature also. If the lens was earlier more convex, now it is becoming flatter as the lens thickness also starts increasing. Because lens starts becoming flatter, so now patients are becoming more hyperopic. Positional hypermetropia you told. Index hypermetropia. Example. Why cortical cataract or hypermetropia? So what is refractive index? Refractive index. Not optional equation.
angle of incidence divided by angle of
So what does it depend on?
Density of the medium.
So density of the medium. So if the rays are coming from lighter medium to denser medium, okay, then they bend more or towards the vertical or perpendicular. When it is opposite, they go opposite. Right? So refractive index is relative term. Right? So what is it related? When we call refractive index, what is it in relation with? We call everything as a refractive index. No? Say glass has 1.5.
So it's related to the rarer medium.
Which rarer? Yeah, so everything is relative to air. Okay, so for example, suppose IL power. Okay, and IL power is labeled as 22 diopter. Okay, it is in relation with air or aqueous. So it is 22 diopters of power. Okay, it's not index. So this is a question for you. Suppose there is a 20 diopter IOL and you measure it on lensometer. What should be the power of the IOL?
Sir, it should be less than that.
Read about it. Okay. So in curvature, this index hypermetropia, basically in nuclear cataract we have myopia. Because now the outer part is there, that is less refractive index, but central part is higher refractive index. So relative refractive index is increasing also. Okay. So that's why rays are more converging, and that's why patient has to wear more myopic glasses. Cortical cataract, it may be opposite. So patient may have more of hypermetropia. Faking hypermetropia.
Absence of lens.
So what will be the value of faking hypermetropia? Why plus 10?
Plus 10 at spectacle correction, we get the plus 10 as we go back.
But why plus 10? I operated a patient and post of patient is a faking. Okay. But patient is plano 6 by 6. Is it possible?
Yes, sir, it's possible if the patient is high myo. It depends on the.
So then what is the formula for a faking hypermetropia?
difference between the refractive and ethical work?
It is World's formula. Okay, but no. So like I said, patient requires zero glasses. Okay, so that means myopia is high myopia, right? So suppose you have a patient who is a fatty, okay, and now you want to put a secondary IOL in that patient. Okay, suppose patient has plus 5 diopters of hyperopia. What will be the power of the IOL? Any formula for a fatigue refraction? A fatigue IOL formula? Okay, there is
that mode.
that is after measuring the axial length, not a that. Just based on refractive error, can we calculate the IOL power?
I know the axial length based on axial length. If the axial length is whatever the axial length will get, we have to subtract it from 23.8, and whatever the value comes, we have to multiply into, then we get the exact power of the lens.
Again,
23, we have to subtract the axial length from 23.8, and then we have to multiply it.
axial length of 23 point.
Sir, 23.8 minus the axial length what we get from that picture.
No, but we are not measuring the axial length. Na? We just have refractive error of the patient, and we are asking you to calculate the IL power. So there are 2-3 equations, but the commonly used is Yankulev's equation. Okay, so the equation is different, but approximately you can say you can double the refractive error. For example, patient has +5 refractive error, you can put +10 IOL, and patient will be close to ametropia post-op. Okay, patient has +10 refractive error, you put +20 IL power, and it will be closer to ametropia. Okay, so double is the average. Of course, at the high myope and hyperop range, it will be again different slightly. So based on that equation, you can calculate. Next. So this method we can use for patients where we cannot actually exactly measure the IL power. For example, post-RK patients, or very scarred cornea, or sometimes in oil filled eyes. Suppose you don't have optical biometer, and with a scan you are not getting accurate axial length. So you can remove the oil, you can remove the cataract, keep the patient aphakic, do refraction, and based on that you can measure the IL power and implant.
When clinical types of hypermetropia, first simple or developmental type being the commonest and results from the normal biological variation in the development of eyeball. Then pathological hypermetropia is beyond the normal biological variation in the development. It has congenital causes and acquired causes. Congenital causes like cornea or congenital cornea subluxation and acquired causes is positional hypermetropia, consecutive hypermetropia, and number or right. Then functional hypermetropia, it is due to the paralysis in the accommodation and third then the degree of cognitive error, low hypermetropia is something that moderated super after high is over 5 times. Then confidence, reflective error is estimated as complete hypermetropia that is called the hypermetropia, and it's a latent hypermetropia and latent hypermetropia is corrected by the inherent zone of sleeping muscle. It is usually done after high in children and with the age. And when manifest hypermetropia, it is not predicted by the CDP zone and it consists of hypermetropia and absolute associated, it is being directed by the patient's accommodation effort and actually not directed by the accommodation effort. Then clinical steps are depend upon the age of the patient and severe error. Young patient with small amount of error, less than 1 tablet, is symptomatic. Then if hypermetropia is chances, now vision is common due to accommodation power, but due to sustained accommodation, they develop astronomical symptoms like headache, blurring, headache, fatigue of eye, photophobia, and then when the area of is equal to 4 diopters, then there's other defective vision also with astronomical symptoms, and when hypermetropia is really high, more than 4 diopters, then there is loss of accommodation and there is defective vision only. In some patients, they feel like their eye are closing, but without the diplopia, it is due to the excessive accommodation. Then signs, it's small eyeballs in all the directions, small cornea, shallow anterior chamber, and then fundus picture, you'll see the smaller optic disc, more reddish in color with ill-defined edges that simulate papillitis, but since there is no swelling of the disc, so it is known as pseudopapillitis. Then in retina, you'll get short-like appearance, and in some patients, there is degenerative retinal crisis. Then blood vessels become more tortuous and abnormal branching is seen. A scan shows the short AP length. And this is the short like appearance of retina. Then pre Google. Google.
Go back now to the arts of hypermetropia. Protein latent.
सर सीरियली टोन से जो हो जाए मतलब सही करेक्ट हो जाए उसको अपना वो स्पैज्म करके उसको हाइपरमेट्रोपिया को सही करते हैं इसमें सीरियली टोन बियॉन्ड द करेक्शन हो जाता है सीरियली टोन से करना था हाइपरटेरियन एंड एब्सोल्यूट इसमें एकोमोडेशन से करेक्ट हो जाता है एब्सोल्यूट में पेशेंट नॉर्मली नहीं कर पाते इतना ज़्यादा हो जाता है कि नॉर्मल करेक्शन नहीं
टोटल
सर सबको ऐड करेंगे ना दैट इज टोटल हाइपरमेट्रोपिया so that is latent plus mental.
Suppose the patient has +4 class. So what will be his faculty to actually
सर लेटेंट जहाँ तक उसको कोई भी सिम्टम नहीं आ रहा है वो इंटीग्रेट और पे वो कर पा रहा है उसको दिख रहा है अच्छे से
it is very +4 classes. Okay, I am telling you that you calculate like you what part is latent, what part is facultative, what part is absolute.
so one after the it is latent then I'll read on it but
Suppose the refraction has different property. Okay. In what part of hypermetropia is corrected?
sir manifest
Or facultative or absolute?
total psychological refraction has been done the entire without psychological refraction then we are
And sir, when we are doing the cycloplegic. Usually, if we are when patient comes to us, we will do the refraction. That's to just give the absolute value of the refraction. When we are doing the cycloplegic refraction, the facultative part which is corrected by the accommodation uh, so that part after the cycloplegic refraction, we will get the total manifest hypermetropia. The right term like hypermetropia, total manifest hypermetropia is that includes both facultative and absolute. Latent will be both. So latent will be correct. Depends on the younger patient will have more severe. So do we need to correct that in after the 40-year old age?
करेक्ट करेंगे फिर नेक्स्ट टाइम उनको बार बार बुलाएंगे और रिपीट करते जाएंगे ठीक है
इसके बीच में पार्टी में एग्जाम दिया था go back what is like So when you do cycloplegic refraction, it will be latent plus facultative plus manifest, all three. And what do you want to correct? Which of them? Plus 4. Plus 5 plus 6. Plus 4, we give him plus 5 glasses. He will be able to see that here. So you should know the basics of correcting hypermetropia. So do we do cycloplegic refraction for all hypermetropia? Patient 50 years old. Plus 3 glasses. You should know. Why not? No, accommodation is what patient comes at 25 years. Hyper. So first thing, most important thing, to go to the next slide. This manifest hypermetropia can be easily diagnosed by weighing what? Refraction by fogging. Okay. So this is not measured by doing cycloplegic refraction. Okay, that is the problem. Okay. That's why we ask the patient to come for PMT. What is PMT? That is because in pediatric we we are measuring entire total hypermetropia. But we don't want to correct total hypermetropia. We just want to correct the manifest hypermetropia. So to understand what is the manifest, we have to call that. If you have done fogging correctly before doing cyclophagy, we can give directly those. But if there is a doubt, like the difference is too huge. Okay. So generally, what is the accepted difference between the manifest hypermetropia which you have measured by fogging and the cyclophagy? What is the difference? They are accepted. 1 for atrophy. Test you have done correct this thing, fogging method, then you may have the same result. Of course, there are other components of cycloplegia because if patient is in cyclospasm, accommodative spasm, there may be induced astigmatism. So that's why there might be change in the cylinder in the the fogging method, whatever refraction you have done, cylinder might change after cycloplegia. So that also you have to check up in PMT. Whether because of spasm they had he was accepting more cylinder or less. These are the two things. So we always correct manifest hypermetropia. Okay. So we don't correct latent hypermetropia. Except sometimes in like children having squint, for example, then we have to correct entire. Okay. So that we have the exact value of the squint, whatever the measurement, or whether it is completely getting corrected by the glasses. For that, then that's why in children, what we do is that we just give cycloplegic refraction to patients having squint, particularly isotropy. For them, we try to give even a part of latent. And of course, in children, it is very difficult to actually measure the latent hypermetropia because the silicon is so high that even if we use atropine, it may not completely relax the atropine. We still have some celerity. But in adults, generally, we did not use atropine also. So, what is the age? What is the except squint? In squint, we generally try to go for the best cycloplegia. Okay, even in adults, we want to relax. But in otherwise, if you want to check what are the cycloplegics which are advisable as per age. 1 to 2 years. Atropine
can be given.
Then
CBC,
up to
mobile can be given in case of epilepsy or cerebral palsy. 7 to
15, 7 to 15, 8 to 15, we use this text. This is the CTC can be given in younger children also. Only issue is that neurological patient has neurological issue. And above 15, generally tropicamide is also enough. So older children or adults, we don't necessarily use higher cycloplegic, except where you are strongly suspecting accommodation spasm. Then we may use stronger. Otherwise, tropicamide.
So, sir, we can overcorrect the hypermetropia. That's because the ciliary tone, whatever the ciliary tone is there, because of that, we are going to do overcorrection. Then that is also fine in case of the hypermetropia.
That doesn't.
That's okay if we are overcorrect the hypermetropia.
Okay.
Because the latent will be there, latent hypermetropia. So if we are going to overcorrect the manifest hypermetropia, that is also fine because the latent components is there.
No, but latent component not necessarily gets relaxed by giving hyper plus glasses. So because it's a latent, it's because of ciliary tone. Many times it is relieved only by cycloplegic, not otherwise. So there is no need to overcorrect all the time. Except in cases where you are suspecting accommodation spasm, where the cycloplegic refraction was much higher. Then only we should not over that. That is the correct refraction that we use. So the older concept of overcorrecting hyperopia and undercorrecting myopia doesn't hold always. So even in myopes, we should not undercorrect all the time. It is given undercorrect. That is not undercorrection. What it is means is that, for example, when you are doing the fogging, okay, and then you are correcting the patient. So suppose patient sees 6 by 6 or whatever the best correction, 6 by 5 you say, with plus 4.5 also and plus 4 also, right? Then we should give plus 4.5. Okay, whatever the higher the patient is accepting. But patient is seeing 6 by 5 by plus 4, but with plus 4.5 he is seeing 6 by 6. That means there is some drop in vision. We should not give plus 4.5. Then we should give plus 4 only. Okay. In myopes, it is other way. For example, say with minus 4, patient is seeing 6 by 5. And with minus 4.5 also, patient is seeing 6 by 5. Then we should give minus 4 and not minus 4.5. Got it? So that is the meaning of over and under correction. Got it? So actually you should not be over correcting or under correcting. You should give proper correction only. So in myopes, because minus 4 and 4.5 he is seeing the same vision, probably with higher correction he is using his accommodation. So we need not do that. So we should use the minus. But again the same way, by under correction it doesn't mean, suppose patient is seeing 6 by 5 by minus 4.5 and 6 by 6 by minus 4, we should give minus 4.5. Correct? We should not under correct. Minus 4.5, patient is seeing say 6 by 6. Okay, sorry, 6 by 5. No, I am talking about over. So minus 4.5, patient is reading 6 by 6. Minus 4, patient is reading 6 by 5. We should use minus 4 only. Correct? Okay, so you should not give higher correction just to, even if patient is seeing same kind of vision, we should not give higher.
अभी जो डिस्कस किया ना
Same.
So just optical treatment, fundamental rule is discover total amount of hypermetropia by performing reflection under hypermetropia. Total manifest error when one diopter or less correction is given only if patient is symptomatic. Spherical correction given should be comfortably acceptable and astigmatism should be full. For children younger than 4 years, should be given full psychopathic correction. Once the child reaches the school age, consider reducing the plus for refractive prescription by about 1 point. For older children, prescribe the glasses that the child accepts comfortably and
This is not seen. You not share it. You have to share it. Zoom. You cannot see the slides on Zoom. You might be disconnected.
For older children, despite the glasses that the child is kept comfortably and then gradually increases the spherical glasses at 6 months interval till patient accepts the manifest hypermetropia. If the presence of accommodative convergent is squint, full correction given at first sitting, and if associated myopia, full correction with occlusion. For adult, give the manifest correction. The modes of prescription is spectacles and contact lens. Contact lens is indicated in unilateral hypermetropia, and advantage of contact lens is cosmetically better, increased peak of vision, less magnification, and elimination of all the aberrations. Then these are the name of surgical treatment given done in the case of
So leave
hypermetropia.
the surgical and leave. Go to the
There is a complication if you don't correct the hypermetropia thing, there will be a complication that if due to fatigue, patient dropping his eyes, which results into the infection leading to blepharitis, intestines or chalazion, and myopia is there. Convergent accommodative is squint and the predisposition to primary narrow angle glaucoma. Then myopia. Here the parallel rays of light coming from infinity and focus in front of retina, while the accommodation is at best. Then optics of myopia. The optical system is too powerful for its actual length. Hard point of myopic eye is in front of the eye, and the nodal point is further away from the retina. Accommodation in uncorrected myopes is not developed normally. They may suffer from convergence insufficiency, exophobia, and early presbyopia. Then etiological types, the axial, in which increase in the AP length, curvature, increased curvature, positional myopia, and rear displacement of lens. Index, where the refractive index of lenses increases, and accommodation is present due to excessive accommodation. Then types of myopia, according to degree.
so you know spherophakia, microspherophakia. Nilambi.
Increase curvature.
What is microspherophakia?
Congenital condition.
So what happens in that?
Lens size is small.
So basically, it's misnomer. There is no micro because the news become weak, very elastic. So they lose the tractional or tone on the lens. So that's why it becomes small and bulge. Okay, so that's why the curvature of the lens increases and patient becomes myopic. Okay, but if you check the axial lens, so on auto ref or on refraction, patient accepts a -16, -18. Then you accept axial length to be 28, 30. Okay, but axial length would be 20. Okay, so that means normal axial length, but patient has myopia. So you should always suspect that it can be a case of microscope. Okay.
Then type of myopia according to
So
degree.
what are the other problems associated with microscope?
Glaucoma
Because
because of decrease in the distance between eyes and the lens may go and
so it basically moves anteriorly. Sometimes it dislocates, like almost comes into anterior chamber only and causes pupillary.
Loss of accommodation.
So any treatment for that? How do you treat?
To avoid glaucoma, you can do PA.
So prophylactic PA can be done, might reduce the chance of sudden pupillary drop. And you can remove the put scleral fixation or iris wire. So that will take care of the future problems.
In clinical type of myopia, that is conjunctival, simple developmental, pathological, degenerative, and acquired myopia. First, congenital myopia. It is increase in X-ray length in the children who were born prematurely or the previous born defect like Marfan syndrome. It is present since birth and the degree is high, that is 8 to 10 diopter. Most of the time, the error is unilateral and manifests as anisometropia and may have association with these congenital anomalies. Then correction. Early correction is desirable to help the children to develop normal distance vision, and full cycloplegic refractive error, including any astigmatic correction, should be prescribed. Then simple myopia, it is known as physiological school myopia, seen in the children between 8 to 10 years of age, and it results from the normal physiological variation and development of eye and is not associated with any disease of eye. Etiologically, it is of axial type, curvaceous type. Role of genetics is there, as the children with both the parents myopic have 20% chances, and with the children having one parent myopic has 10% chances of developing this myopia. And theory of excessive near work in childhood is there. Then symptoms, poor vision for distance, astigmatic symptoms is there, half shutting of the eyes, changes in the physiological outlook, means these patients, these children concentrated more on their studies and on the indoor activities. Then signs, eyeballs are large and prominent, slight deep anterior chamber, fundus is normally and rarely temporal myopic lesions can be seen. And these error does not exceed the 6 to 8 diopters. Then pathological myopia, it is known as degenerative or progressive myopia. It is the increase in axial growth beyond the normal physiological variation, and it is high myopia, more than 6 diopters, considered to be sex linked. Then etiological hypothesis of pathological myopia. Some genetic factor along with the general growth factor like nutritional deficiency or endocrinal abnormality results into the growth of retina, and then sclera due to its distensibility property stretches, but due to this stretching, choroid undergo degeneration, and then retina and vitreous also undergo degeneration. This is the Metapian study classification for the pathological myopia. Category 0 includes no macular degenerative lesion. Category 1 is tessellated fundus only. Category 2, diffuse chorioretinal atrophy. Category 3, patchy chorioretinal atrophy. Category 4, macular atrophy. Then symptoms, there occur defective vision, muscular origin due to degenerated liquefactive vitreous, and night blindness is seen due to chorioretinal degenerative changes. Then signs, elongated eyeball is there, cornea is large, and anterior chamber is deep, pupils are larger, sluggishly reactive to light, and the refractive error increased by as much as 4 diopter yearly and usually stabilize at the age of 20 years. Then fundus examination, optic disc appear large and pale, and at temporal age, a characteristic myopic crescent is seen. Then degenerative changes occur in retina and choroid. Here, tigroid appearance of fundus occur because of a prominent visible choroid vessels following the atrophy of retinal pigment epithelium. Then Fox spot may be seen at the macula. The size of a spot is proportional to the severity of pathological myopia, and it occurs due to proliferation of retinal pigment epithelium associated with choroidal regions. Then cystoid degeneration may be seen at the periphery. In advanced stages, total chorioretinal atrophy occur, and there may also associated the later degeneration in the snail tract lesions. Then a posterior staphyloma may be seen due to ectasia and bulging of sclera at the posterior pole. Then degenerative changes of vitreous, including the liquefaction, vitreous opacities, and posterior vitreous detachment may be seen. Then visual field shows the contraction, and sometimes ring scotoma may be seen. Then complication, if high myopia, if this pathological myopia is not treated, retinal tears, retinal detachments occur, complicated cataract, PSC or early nuclear sclerosis occur, vitreous hemorrhage, choroidal hemorrhage, and thrombosis occur. Then these are the causes of acquired myopia. First is index myopia, including the nuclear sclerosis and incipient cataract. Curvaceous myopia, including the conical cornea. Positional myopia, consecutive myopia. Pseudomyopia due to excessive accommodation. Space myopia, experienced in the individual which has no stimulation for the distance fixation, happens in the pilots when they are flying. Then night myopia and drug-induced myopia occur in the cholinergic drug, steroid-induced, and sulfonamides. Then treatment of myopia. First, optical treatment. Low vision aids include the prescription of appropriate concave lens, minimum acceptance, providing the maximum vision should be prescribed and never overcorrect the myopia. Guidelines for correcting the low degree of myopia up to 6 April. Children younger than 8 years should be fully corrected and instructed to use their glasses constantly. Adult younger than 30 years accept the full correction. Older than 30 years not able to tolerate full correction, so prescribe less than full correction with which the patient has comfortable. Then mode of prescribing the concave lens is spectacles and contact lens. And there is surgical treatment for myopia. General measures include visual hygiene and preventive measures. It has been noted that atropine and pyrimetropine, when installed, it inhibit the muscarinic receptor of sclera and it thus decreases, prevent the progression of myopia.
Treatment will take next time. And maybe correction. So for all students, for causes of all, and also the treatment part, will be writing down. This is a very important topic because this is basic. All exams you have to answer this. Then later we'll take class. I will ask time to take class on convergence,